left. Here's Verry Elleegant. She's coming home. 300 to go. The mighty mare moves up to Incentivized and races on by. Then floating out of Spanish Mission. But Verry Elleegant at the 150. The darling of the turf has raced clear 3 lengths Incentivized. And it's Verry Elleegant. 10 Group 1s. And now the greatest of them all, the Melbourne Cup. Verry Elleegant wins by 3.5. Incentivized.
Play it again.
How good is she? Mate, I reckon I've watched them come into the straight and her win 50 times over the last day.
I'm not sure if it counts because Incentivized pulled up lane.
Yeah, that's a lame comment.
But actually, my first question off the bat was going to be, Blake, can we call her a champion now?
Yes.
Yeah, she's 100%.
Okay,
100%
just wanted to check. But you've come in with a bit of an attitude towards it.
Oh, no, I'm just dirty because I missed her. She's a champion. I didn't think she was going to run. Like, I didn't think Chris Waller thought she could win because he would have been there otherwise. And I didn't like the setup, 2,000 metres to 3,200 metres. I thought it was a better setup last year. And she was good, but she only managed, 5th or 6th.
But looking back to last year, I posted the video the morning of the Cup. It was a massive run the last year's Cup where she was just ridden back and hampered and then got out at the very end. She was never going to win it last year, but it was a huge, huge, huge run. And you could probably say that the Caulfield Cup, she probably had her best run then. So probably wasn't cherry ripe for the Cup, but geez, this year coming through the Cox Plate, wow-wee. Australian Horse of the Year 2021 going off at 20 to 1 in the Melbourne Cup and winning by 4 lengths. It was over on the turn. She
had to carry 1.5 kilos extra this year.
Oh, look at it, mate. She's won by 4. So what's that? She could have carried an extra 4 kilos. She's a freak.
And they watered the track. They shouldn't have bloody watered the track.
Oh, no. Oh, they've set it up for her.
It's a setup.
It's a setup.
It's a setup, but she blew. We got 20 to 1 at the jump.
Well done, Pat. Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
You had a huge, huge weekend. You went your $100 betting strategy, standing out first, second for Incentivized, Verry Elleegant, and Spanish Mission.
Yeah,
nailed it.
I had a good win. It was a very, very good fill up.
I can't believe you got the private jet to fly up to pick me up from the Gold Coast, then back down to pick you guys up. Should have just chartered it from here if you were trying to save money. And then took us down to Melbourne last night to party with J-Mac.
Yeah, there was no need to try and save money after that.
I actually think that all the people that were blowing up about Sportsbet, the delay to pay punters, I think it was because they had to pay Pat.
Yeah, they got to give Paddy's chips and see what they got left.
It felt like a justice payout.
They would have
good.
No, well done, mate. Well done. It's a good.
You know what? I won't mention who I bet with, but I did pull the money out today, and there were some troubles. They closed the account for a little bit, and
really,
it was a
name and shame.
No, I won't name and shame because it hasn't come into my account yet.
Idea. Oh yeah, that's probably even better idea not to name and shame them right now.
They closed. Then when I rang up, they said, "Oh, sorry, it shouldn't be closed. We've made a mistake there." But I think it was just to put the money back into the account.
Yeah.
In the hope that I'd just leave it in there.
Did you just have you only bet with that bookie for Melbourne Cup Day?
No.
Was it text bet?
No, we're not naming him. He hasn't been paid yet.
We're not naming him. It's not text bet, thank God. Otherwise, I'd never get paid.
Oh, don't back the text bet, boys.
Actually, there was an article I read today about a bookie shutting its doors after Melbourne Cup Day. That might be due to you, Pat.
Was it Sportsbet paying out on Zaki and then?
No offense to TextBet. I like TextBet.
I wish I had my my incentivized bet with Sportsbet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
I saw some fat multis connecting on the on that incentivized payout.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Huge. But anyway,
it could have paid out on Enemo.
So Incentivized has pulled out.
That would have
been nice for all of us. But so Incentivized has pulled up
bet.
lane.
Yep. Dad's spoken to Brett Preble last night. This morning. He said they're super wrapped with the run. So can't take
great. I thought he was in trouble on the corner and he just kept coming.
Can't take anything away from him. They said Brett was super happy with the run. He said unbelievable effort to pull up as lame as it did. I think he said it through a shoe. And
seriously, who throws a shoe?
yeah, but he was saying that the track was fast, so maybe that stuff about watering it isn't so spot on. And Verry Elleegant can just do it on fast, slow, soft, heavy, anything, bitumen,
water track. Sam,
that's
just to clarify, it doesn't mean the horse actually throws the shoe. It means that the
I was going to
shoe
say,
comes
surely
off.
they get penalised if they throw the shoes at other horses.
When I heard throw a shoe, don't you just think of that game where the nail's in the ground and you throw the shoe and it spins around?
Yeah,
there?
that's a horseshoe.
Is it? That's the game.
No, like you throw a horseshoe.
Yeah, that's all I think. Throws a shoe.
I was thinking of Austin Powers where the bodyguard throws his shoe.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, so that's not it. Okay, I'm learning.
This morning
I learn every day.
This morning when I got up, it felt like someone had thrown a shoe at my head because, well, did I give it a run last night? It was
I had a go and I thought, oh geez, I did a number of myself yesterday. And then I woke up and realized that after I'd gone to bed, I'd had 4 missed calls from you. You'd tried to video call our 3-way group.
I was out. I couldn't find you.
Yeah, what tried to? I definitely didn't.
You tried to call. You tried to call. I was watching my messenger earlier, and I could see you FaceTime calling every single group that we're in together.
Yeah, oh, mate, I was taking groups out of the dormant area of my phone and just really trying to get back in, trying to liven up the chat. But no,
where's the pats on the back, guys? I did it.
Did anyone answer, Pat? Did anyone answer?
Nah, not a single person.
That's fair enough.
Even the family stopped answering. It was
they're inside.
Oh, we had a bit of fun though. Do you know what? I love Cup Day. I bloody love it.
So, what's the biggest takeaway from this Cup? Like, how will we see? Looking back, will there be any asterisks next to this Cup in regards to, we didn't have as many international raiders. It wasn't the strongest Cup field. Is there any asterisks next to this Cup?
No, not from
No way.
We'll forget about that. We'll forget about it. Was a weak Cup. I have no doubt about that. But we'll forget about that.
The top 3 were always going to make the race, and they made the race. The horse that was going into it 10 in a row got beat. The shortest price favourite since Farlap. There's a story there, so this Cup won't be forgotten. The Australian Horse of the Year won it. She confirmed her status as a champion. Whether the field is Class 1 standard or the best field ever assembled for the Melbourne Cup, who really cares? She's got the win next to her name, and that's what'll be remembered.
I actually think that makes Chris Waller the first trainer in history to train 2 horses that have won 10 Group 1s.
Yeah, really.
Yep, Winks and
Winks
Verry
won
Elleegant.
about 30, didn't she?
So that think about all the trainers before Chris Waller. So TJ
2
didn't do it. Gay hasn't done it.
It's fair effort, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
That's massive.
Bart never did it.
This is his first Melbourne Cup winner. We touched on that on
And
Sunday.
he's still got another 20 years. He's still
Yeah.
And he knew
Think
he knew to take Damien Lane off.
I think you made enough noise about it that Damien just hopped off. You have it.
He knew.
I don't reckon he thought she could win. Why wasn't he there?
Waller.
Tell me why Chris Waller wasn't there if he actually thought she could win. I'll tell you a story about my old man. He didn't have a ride in the Cup on Sunday morning, and he told my mum not to take a ride in the Cup because there wasn't any live chances left. And Bart called while he was at golf to ride Kingston Rule, and my mum knocked back the ride. And
You're kidding.
Yeah, so Kingston Rule went on to win the Cup on Tuesday. Darren Heedman.
It holds the record for fastest time, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so, actually. That might be true. But yeah, my dad knocked back the ride to stay in Sydney and ride at Randwick.
You are kidding. I've never heard that story.
Yeah,
That's
it's true.
massive.
That's a true story.
Oh, my goodness.
And your dad never won a Melbourne Cup, did he?
Never won a Melbourne Cup, no.
No.
He went second on Kingston Town.
Yeah.
Mate, yeah.
I knew he came second.
Would have been nice for him to punch one of Bart's home.
Kingston Rule holds the record by nearly a second. So it would have been an easy go too. Just go down there, fastest horse, in and out.
And who got the ride instead?
I think Darren rode him. Darren
Far
Beaver.
out.
As far
And
as
your
I
dad
can
always
remember.
said he's a better jockey than Darren. So it might have been 2 seconds.
So I'm guessing Gail couldn't get a job as his jockey manager.
No, she got barred.
Yeah, she lost her job not long after that.
Yeah, Darren rode him. 53 kilos.
What did your dad ride at?
Oh, my dad was light.
Oh,
Yeah,
Very,
right.
very light.
He'd walk around at 49 and eat a hamburger on the way to the races. My old man wouldn't go to the races with him because of how he would eat on the way to the races.
Yeah,
Dad would be,
my dad was a pest. He used to like eat pies in front of blokes that were wasting.
Dad'd be wasting to get to
go in the sauna
55,
and eat.
and he'd be walking around with a hamburger in his hand at 49, like freak.
Your
Absolute
dad did
freak.
it tough too, Pat.
Oh, he did.
Very tough.
He did. He did. But do you know what? He's making up for it now. He'll be Clary size soon, no doubt.
Wonder what's next for Verry Elleegant.
What's next? Well, mate, she's got to go to next year's Cup, surely. What weight does she get?
Oh, well, it depends what she does between now and then. But with that win, she at least goes to
Let me throw
57 and a half. Not, she could go to, well, pending,
let me throw this
pending
over.
how
What if
tough
she-
the Cup is next year. Because we're saying that this was a weak race and she got 57 and a half, 57. So she might only get 57 and a half if we have some internationals coming over.
Well, she'll win her standard, 3 to 5 Group 1s throughout the year. And then I'm guessing that they will weight her as much as Makybe Diva in her last one. So 57 and a half.
Well, I don't think Makybe Diva won 10 Group 1s.
No, but
don't know.
it won Australia's greatest race 3 times. So I don't know, how could you weight a mare more than the most prolific winner of the race ever?
I don't think she comes back for another spring. I reckon she'll come back for the autumn
Bro, you're negative.
and then she's done. She's a 6-year-old mare. They're not going to race her as a 7-year-old. She's
Why
done
not?
enough.
I just think she is just going so well. There would be no reason to send to the breeding barn already.
The only other crack I reckon they could possibly have is add another cock plate.
No, she hasn't won one. She could complete the trio, win a Cox. Imagine if she wins a Cox Plate, she'll start even money in the Cup.
That's it's not a normal path to go Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup, Cox Plate.
I know. Can I throw it at you? Like, can you imagine your Animo's State of Rest, Moanga stepping out to the Melbourne Cup after that Cox Plate? Like, it's a pretty big feat.
I actually think they thought about it with State of Rest.
Did they?
It's been a good, the Cox Plate is usually a very good race, very good form reference for the Cup.
Yeah, if they go. It was good to see Twilight Payment doing what I thought it would do last year.
Yeah,
Nothing.
your comments just came a year too early.
Yeah.
Retired immediately.
Retired immediately.
I thought he could win.
Retired immediately doesn't suggest to me that it was going the best it ever had been entering into the race.
Oh, that was the Twilight Payment was the only thing that stopped me from big payouts. It was the only back 4 horses.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And in the
I
Verry Elleegant.
I know I made a dick of myself last year by saying it's too old, shouldn't be there.
But it's older this year, so it makes sense.
Yeah, as a 9-year-old.
The first 4 home beat the 5th horse. The 5th horse was beaten 10 lengths.
Yeah. That incentivized Spanish Mission and was it Floating Artist?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. They were actually quite close. I didn't realize until I watched the replay literally just before we come on air. And I thought, shit, that's actually Incentivized is only just necked them, I think.
Yeah, it was relatively close between third through 4th.
Floating Artist was super impressive as well. That was
that was a big, big run. You would have been licking your lips if you're a Ferrari dealer or a Rolls Royce dealer, because when Incentivized went down, hearing the bets that were coming in, 500,000, 60,000, 150,000, 200,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. unbelievable amounts of money were wagered on it. And
It's big, eh?
I reckon there'd be a lot of bookies out buying Bentleys and Rolls Royces and Ferraris today on the back of it.
You think so? You think so? After what you did to them?
Oh, mate, I got a couple of my notes said incentivized for the win on them. They were obviously earmarked by incentivized punters. But yeah, I reckon that I reckon incentivized would have held 50% of the market.
Ah, no doubt. He would have.
Really?
He would have held plenty.
Yeah. Especially those once a year punters that, pick your birthdays and all that. But then their main bet would have been on incentivized because there was so much publicity about it being the shortest price favourites in Farlow.
But it did get out to 3.
It touched 3, but then knocked straight back into 260, 250.
A lot of people
that's
have been
what happened in
watching
the Caulfield Cup too.
Sorry?
The pros stepped in when he got out to $3.
Yeah, I stepped in. I couldn't help myself.
It was a great cup. Geez, they come out of the woodwork for Melbourne Cup. I forgot about that last year. We get a lot of. What did I say to you? Everyone's got an opinion on the cup, and a lot of people really like forcing it onto other people. Yeah,
you were copping a bit of abuse, weren't you?
A little bit. A lot of people joining up with members, and we had a good day. What did Brent get in the end?
We got the first
winner at $7. We had the first 4, which was nice.
If you're going to get on the rums, don't start messaging.
I actually had to. I got on the fire back last night and just put a lot of people straight. They're all good. I do have to say, our numbers. I actually didn't do the final numbers for a Sunday night show, but we might eyes and ears in about a 30-hour period tick nearly 10,000.
Wow. Well, mate, I reckon I had a good dozen people message me straight after the race and said they won an absolute packet. One guy I knew had the trifecta.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't
this is not a close friend either. Like you just...
Yeah, he didn't realise that he
had...
he had the trifecta straight out. He didn't box it. He'd taken it in the exact order. So he got it six times instead of once.
Good on him.
I thought that was crazy. Eh? Yeah, and he told his missus to put it on as well. She made the exact same mistake.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I thought that was awesome.
That's good. I like that.
But no, I appreciate all the support for last week's episode. That was real fun, last week's episode, I thought, getting all dressed up and things like that. And the cup was fantastic. One of my best cup days, even though I was watching it alone. Still got your wife. She was there, but she's off the drink at the moment. So annoying.
On cup day.
Yeah, I know. Sitting there punching 15 stubbies and she's having a kombucha.
I did say,
God's sake.
I said that to my wife. She would have went into work today and been like, "Oh, Karen, do you have a hangover, do you?" I didn't drink at all Melbourne Cup day.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was at least to me.
Oh,
yeah.
While you were laying in the bath with the shower just shooting as hard as it possibly can on your face.
I turn up all right. I try to step in and have the waters every now and again. So my hangover wasn't too bad. So usually this is the part of the show where we move on to our leg up for the weekend. What jockey are you legging up? Are we?
Oh,
it doesn't have to be much.
J-Mac, I love you.
He's the best.
He's the greatest of all time.
He's the greatest of all time. You're one of your faves, Blake, and he's
good friends of the show.
Good friend of the show, absolutely. We've partied with him a couple of times. Can I just say, from my point of view, before this is you take the lead in all this stuff because it was watching J Mac's emotion coming back in on that horse. I tend to agree with you, BJ. I think it was actually quite unexpected, and like that win, and him and Katie Manning, they couldn't believe that he just won a Melbourne Cup. Like it was just, I don't know how big a chance he thought he was, but the post-race interview with racing.com, I think, he says he knew from about the 500.
Yeah. It's made wasn't he popped off. He was going that well that he popped off.
He just said, no one's getting past me.
No, he said from 500 meters into the cup.
Oh,
Was that-
really? Because, mate, he jumped and cut straight under him, which I loved.
He
It.
knew
It was a beautiful
very
ride.
early on.
He was going to get a lot of cover then.
I'm pretty confident that a few jockeys would have felt exactly the same, but they didn't go on and win the cup.
But do you know what? I reckon if it didn't win, they would have hammered him for getting out too early.
That's what happens. That's racing.
That's
racing. But
anyway.
Yeah, like he takes another ride in the cup. It breaks down. He was on the favourite for the Cox Plate, scratched the morning of, and then he comes out and wins the Melbourne Cup on a horse that he's had plenty of success with. Like, if they actually had a plan to go to the Melbourne Cup, there was no way he would have took a ride on another horse.
No, I'm with you. I think it was a shock, but there's stories come out now that he was telling anyone that that would listen, that get on VE, but she's great. We keep going back to the horse because she is, she's our favourite. But I love him.
He's got one race to win. He's got the Cox Plate.
And
then he's got the big four. He's just bought a $10 million place at Vaucluse, so I'm sure that Melbourne Cup win would have
that helps
pay for that.
He's got to get down on a knee now, doesn't he?
10 million.
He deserves it.
Oh, bloody oath he does.
I don't know what 10 million would get you at Vaucluse, though. Might be
yeah, who knows? Could be a unit.
But do you know what? My opinion of Damian Lane, I do feel sorry for him that he has missed that ride in the Cup, because it's that would be tough to take. But
who was he? Who was he on in the end?
Who cares? I mean, I feel bad for him, but
J-Mac.
Life goes on.
That's racing.
That's
the leg up. Do you know what? I'd just love to have a horse good enough, J-Mac to ride and win on. That'd be that'd be a
one day when we start our syndicates, J-Mac will be the stable job.
Someone's trying to get a syndicate horse today, wasn't he? When they beat you.
We're gonna syndicate horses one day. It will happen.
We haven't pulled the trigger yet. We've got other things in the works right now, which is going to be very exciting for everybody. Do you want to move on? I don't know.
Yeah. There's nothing else to say.
It was just, I hope you all had a fantastic Cup day. Thank you for the support you gave our show and things like that. But
yeah, thanks everyone for listening. 10,000 people in 30 hours.
Yeah, it's silly because you got YouTube numbers on the video, Facebook numbers on the video, and then listens. In fact, last week was our biggest, I think it was our biggest week of downloads for probably 2 years.
Tell your mates to listen to the show.
That beer,
get them on board.
The leg up.
That beer sponsor, mate. The boat might have sailed there.
We're just a little bit more. We're harder to get now, so the beer sponsors, they'll come a running. Let's move on to this weekend. Now we're going to go straight on to, what is it? Stakes Day on Saturday? Is that what it's called now?
Yeah,
it's McKinnon Day now.
McKinnon Day, yeah.
Now that the McKinnon's been changed from the
Saturday before.
McKinnon Stakes Day.
Yeah, they've just dropped it in. I think the gong's on, isn't it, too?
The gong is not on this weekend.
Isn't it? When's it on? Next week.
The Golden Gift is on this weekend in Sydney.
Oh, yeah, the Gift.
Oh, the Golden Gift, actually. Shout out to Jenny Duggan, who is on a ride of James Cummings.
She's on Jay Cummings.
James's horses.
How good would that
be
to see her?
I love Jenny Duggan.
Oh, yeah. It was good when she got home Dynamic Impact. Saturday.
Ooh,
started backing him at $26.
We didn't actually talk about that last week. We'll just do a quick members update. We haven't done one for a while. And Pat doesn't know this, actually. So last Saturday, we had a beautiful day, obviously. We put Kiss Some as our futures bet for the 4 pillars. Saluted.
Eduardo, he's shitting.
Eduardo, and then Dynamic Impact, which was an early bet for punters last week.
Personally, I started backing him at $26.
Yeah, a lot of people got
$21 when
a lot of people got $22, $23. 14s are available the day before. $8 a jump.
Yep.
Shit's
in the last stride.
So, Pat, last month was a battle for members only.
Really was.
We knew that. We knew that the whole day. We hit the front once last month, and it was on the 30th.
Yep.
And we finished the month 32.5 units in front.
Shit.
Yeah, and that's after being.
Is that a fight?
Yeah, at the midpoint.
That's a chase. I know you don't like that word, BJ, but that is that is the process.
Actually, to tell you the truth, on the 23rd of the 10th,
yeah,
we were minus 61.9 units.
What was that?
On the 23rd of the 10th. That was a big week.
The last week.
It's a big week.
That's a big week.
A big Animo run home.
Yep, that's it. They
call
me Mr. Fourth Quarter. So
wow. No, but in saying that, our lowest point of the month is usually around the 10th.
Who calls you that?
No one.
A few people have been calling me.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Brady.
Mr. Fourth Quarter, here he is.
So, yeah, the furlong, the final furlong.
Great month for members. We're already off to a winner.
It's like the stock market. You just got to be in every day because who knows when we're going to have a big one.
Yeah, but also you've been crushing it on Saturdays, which helps a lot. Really going well. So
if we like one at odds, we bet accordingly, and it has helped us out immensely.
Worked well for us. So
bet hard, bet often.
Let's get down to Flemington, guys, for Saturdays. Stakes Day, McKinnon Stakes Day, whatever they're calling it now. We're going to hit 3 races. We're going to hit the Group 2 Matriarch Stakes, the Group 1 Dali Sprint, and the Group 1 McKinnon Stakes.
2
of them are just put in take-out jobs, aren't they?
I don't know.
I reckon.
Let's go through them.
I reckon you're right, Blake. And the other one has a big bit of value, big chunk of value there for us.
All right, I'll go first in the Matriarch.
Okay, Group 2 Matriarch Stakes, race 5, Flemington, 2,000 meters. Just kick us off, BJ. Rip straight into it.
Talk to me, fourth quart.
Fourth quart.
I'm going to have a bet in this race. I don't very often bet outside of Sydney. Well, I like this horse.
What do you like?
Zaydani.
Oh.
Zaydani.
I think it'll just about be winning.
What price?
She's flying. She's 4th up. She should be absolutely at her peak. She comes back to fillies and mares grade. That Coongie, the form out of that race is absolutely outstanding. Just backed up a week later in the Caulfield Cup, and she went no good, but she might not have handled the quick backup. Floating Artist has run 3rd in that race. He's come out and run 4th in a Melbourne Cup and 2nd in a Moonee Valley Cup. Should have absolutely pierced in. Wentwood, the second horse, has come out and won a Bendigo Cup. So the form out of that race is outstanding. This horse comes back to fillies and mares class, draws barrier 2, Luke Nolan in the saddle. She won 5th and 6th up last preparation. So she just kept getting better as the prep went on. She's 4th up now, absolutely perfectly placed. And I think there's about $12 about.
$12 I got.
I had a good look at her, but you know what flipped me on it was that I backed Papolino yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know its price, I think it was like 7s out to $17 and run no good. And it was out of that race. And I thought it had a really good run in that race. So just didn't know what to do with Zaydani. So I've gone a different way.
Okay.
Which way are you going?
Yeah, go.
Nimalee. Mate, it's going 2,000 metres against the fillies and mares. Last start, it was rattling home with, behind the likes of Colette, Mystic Journey, Hungry Heart, who have all gone to the McKinnon. I think against its own sex, it's a huge, huge chance in this race. And I think it's great value at $6.
Okay. Fair enough too. I think she's well suited under the conditions of the race. I'm just going to go into it right now. She's the highest. She has the highest handicap rating.
Carries 58, carried 57 last start against some of these best horses. Like Colette's $5 in the McKinnon.
Yeah,
Nimalee has the highest handicap rating in this race. So she's well suited under the set weights and penalties.
Sorry, like
she's well suited. She's got the highest handicap rating.
Yeah, 14, 16 out to 2,000. I think she'll be running home well. And
Will she run a mile and a quarter? I don't think she's ever. She's had one start over a mile and a quarter.
she has had one, but I don't know. I think she's building, and it looked like the way she hit the line last start, she looked a bit dour. So I thought getting out to the 2,000 meters might actually suit her because she has a good sprint, and she sprinted really well, I think, from the turn to about the 200. And then she sort of whacked home. She only got beat a length and a quarter or something like that. So I just think the longer distance, she might be able to use her speed home a bit better this weekend. So, and especially going back to the fillies and mares grade is, I think, a massive step down in class. So
definitely. Well, the Empire Rose is fillies and mares, but it's Group 1 fillies and mares. This is definitely a step back from that. I think the market will really like that.
No, I sort of thought instead of going to the McKinnon.
Oh, the McKinnon. No doubt. This is a lot easier race than the McKinnon. I have no doubt about that. The market will trend towards that Flying Mascot race because that was a really fast race. So horses like Star L and Princess Jenny, she's well placed, Princess Jenny, but
Star L's a funny horse. It has a 200-meter sharp burst, and then it sort of just whacks, and it's like it seems like it's in the race and then drops out.
Yeah, well, she might be suited getting out to a mile and a quarter now this prep.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on Godeline for a bit, but then I don't know. I couldn't get hot with the things that had beaten at Mo. But if you look at that run, it was a tough run. 3 wide the trip, 4 wide the trip, 5 wide into the straight for the whole 2,050 meters. I thought if there was going to be an upset, it'd probably come from Godeline. But mate, you do make a good case for Zaydani, and I'm
logging in right now. I'm taking the 13 available with Top Sport.
Yeah, I do think that I'm probably looking a bit negative on that run because of Papolino. What was it saying? Because I backed it yesterday, Papolino. But yeah, mate.
Is it open?
I think she'll start shorter. I think she'll start in single figures. I'm pretty confident about that.
I'd be very surprised if the winner comes outside of those two.
Okay, well, that's good. We'll back
going
both
through
and you win. What do you like? Are you concentrating or
are you here?
Yeah, I'm just letting you guys go tonight. I like Mimi's award in this race with big
Hey, Pat,
Stackhouse.
do you want to just go back to last week's format?
Yeah,
just you two.
Yeah, I think we ran a lot smoother.
I thought we put you out for a spell.
I'm back. People said last week was the worst ever episode. I probably shouldn't have said all those numbers. I shouldn't have said all those numbers about downloads last week, should I? That was a mistake. I've read that wrong.
Biggest downloads
I've read that wrong.
ever. What did we do different last week? Oh, yep. One small minor change last week, wasn't there, Blake?
It was.
First time I've ever been called
There was a bit of
small, so I'm not
direction.
going to argue with that.
There was a bit of direction with me and Pat.
Is it?
You know what? Someone
actually
actually contacted me and said, mate, can't believe the show last week. I was so filthy about how much direction there was, and it all just ran so smoothly.
Isn't it like it's meant to be like 3 mates having a beer?
There was no dead air from the host.
Yeah,
failing to pick up.
It sounded
I was
like
actually
you guys
thinking
knew about racing. What?
Oh, yeah.
It was so. That made
Do you
me
reckon I'll
angry.
get found out? I think a lot of people know that I have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, Mimi's award. Let's. I was actually, when you were talking about me, just thinking I'm off the beer. I'm off beer.
What are you on?
Just rum and coke. And I just thought
that would have been good. The people contacting you yesterday to have a fight.
I could afford anyone. No, I was on the beers yesterday, but I'm off the beers today. I'm talking about.
Oh, rum's much better for you.
Rum's made of pure sugar.
Oh yeah, but up in Queensland it's different. The calories
Bundy
rum
rum
or something.
Yeah, it's
Bundy, of course. It's Bundy, not an animal. Flemington race 6, 1,200 meters. The Group 1 Dali Sprint Classic. $2 million in prize money up for grabs. 3-year-olds and up. Weight for age, set weights, etc., etc., etc. So, who's taken on Nature Strip? Nature Strip currently at $1.35. Our next best is, what am I looking at? Ranch Hand at $12. Sorry, Bella Nepentine at 10s. Wow. you've got to be a brave man to bet Nature Strip here.
I'll say, I'll say if Points Bet are doing that margin thing, I reckon they won't get within 5 lengths
Bet against
of him.
Nature Strip. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
it'll win by 5 lengths or more.
You have, well, can we tip around it, please? We can't sit there.
What did Points Bet do?
Strip.
Can you pick your own margin or something? Can you?
No, I think they offer it as a. I'll have a look.
Points Bet. So I would like to see. I don't know if I meant to say anything, but I would like to see Splintex run a good race because it has a goal in the future that could see a friend of the shows being helped out, legged up a bit. From,
I feel like you're
where it's going to go. I'll tell the story next week.
I feel like you're saying things that you shouldn't say, and as you're saying,
me too.
As you're saying, I'm thinking, fuck, I don't know if I should be saying
that's
this.
okay. We'll cut that out.
I'm not going to cut it out. I'm not going to
leave it. This stable
I'm that lazy.
This stable loves leaks. They don't know where the leak's coming from.
Are you kidding me?
They don't know.
2,000 people this week.
I can't believe 2,000 people listen. Not a single person from the MN stable.
No, well, let's save Splintex's big run for when this thing happens.
As long as we get on the futures before
it's got to run. It has to run well on Saturday.
This weekend.
Okay.
So how often do you see it when they've
Splintex.
said, you look at a horse even last week, like Home Affairs, it's got to win the Coolmore to, become the number one stallion prospect for the 3-year-olds. And it comes out and brains it by 4 lengths.
You know what we should have done? We should have took Nature Strip in the all-in, the all-in market yesterday. He was $1.85 with Home Affairs in the race.
Oh God, could have made a fortune.
Do you
know what? If you answered that call last night, that's what I was ringing about.
Oh, was it?
Oh, you spoke to J-Mac and James told you that Chris wasn't going to accept with Home Affairs.
I had a very full account and was just ready to unload it onto something.
Oh, you did unload. You just left us out.
Yeah.
I think he'll win. I don't see anything getting close to him.
No way. It's going to be a different race. Do you know what? It might jump and then send all the other horses down the outside.
He has burnt the punters in the past.
Absolutely.
The big fella.
Surely we can't.
He has at a short price before, but he is flying. Eduardo's come out and shown the depth of form out of that, and Home Affairs, they've shown the depth of form out of that Everest. And I think you said it last year, Blake, just whatever horse is running the Everest, just that form line is unbelievable and keep backing them.
No doubt. It's a license to print money, just backing horses out of that race.
Yeah, and you know what? I was stupid. I went against Home Affairs because I thought Extreme piece of crap was going to.
Me too. I was stupid too.
Was going to live up to a new level of the 3-year-old brigade this year. It was going to be the.
Going back through his form, the big fella. So he got beat at $1.95 in the Challenge Stakes by Eduardo. There's no Eduardos in this race.
Hang on, I've got to ask too. Does it have the barrier extension this time?
Yeah, of course.
Or is that given now?
He got beat in a Concord Stakes at $1.45 by Guitra. There's no Guitras in this race. He got beat in a Lightning Stakes at $1.45 by Guitra. And that's about as far back as I'll go. But I think that's as short as he started, and he's been beaten on maybe all 3 occasions.
It's like looking at an error though when you go down the prize money list and see, Ranch Hand 292,000, Streets of Avalon 1.9 million, Nature Strip 15 million. It's like, goodness me, buy me a mansion of Vaucluse, Nature Strip, the one next to you and J-Mac.
J-Mac, yeah.
Sleepy Mcdonald.
Nature Strip's had a big piece of that place at Vaucluse.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
He doesn't get beat. We don't want to spend too much time on this race. He's too good.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what. If I was the host,
Splintex
I'd be moving on about now.
Splintex big run second. Stable Mail.
Oh, Stable Mail. What about Bill and Nipotina?
No, off Bill and Nip.
Oh, she goes well, but
Done very well this prep.
well, that was a very. She'll win a Group 1. She'll win a.
I've put the line through that Manicato.
That's a big statement that she'll win a Group 1, but I think she could win a mare's Group 1, like a Sangster Stakes or something like that.
Send it to Adelaide. Go to.
Adelaide.
Are they counted as fully fledged Group 1s?
If she went to Adelaide in a Sangster Stakes, she would be seriously hard to beat.
Yeah, come out with all that G-Tra form. Adelaide Group 1s on the card.
But she was probably a bit stiff not to win the Manicato.
Yeah,
we were glad Jonker won.
Yeah, absolutely. But she was.
So was Tony Don. Thanks for that info, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks for the call.
TJ, he's actually tried to buzz me a couple of times tonight.
Okay, let's call him back after.
Call him back after the show.
Call him back after. We've just got to get through. Let's roll on to the McKinnon Stakes, race 8, 2,000 metres, $2 million prize money, 3-year-olds, upwards, etc., etc., etc. Right now, who's our favourite right now? I've just pressed the wrong button.
Zaki.
What price are we getting for Zaki?
250.
Wow, we.
250 for a horse with a setback. That's it's all about
Who's
confidence.
got the best price for it right now? Hold on, I'm going to find the best price.
Bet 365.
Is it?
Yeah, 250.
Yeah. Wow, we. Superstorm coming off that great win last start. Zaki, Cascadian, Homesman, K.I. Nautique, Japanese horse, Dalasan Malanga, Private iPat. Private iPat, here at a 0. Colette,
you know what?
Hungry Heart.
K.I. Nautique will be going out in this race with a point to prove, won't it? After being left out of the Cox Plate. That's like not getting picked at school when they.
Yeah, and then they scratched too. So
yeah,
I cannot believe they didn't give him a run.
I pick Animo. Oh, there's no spots left. K.I. Nautique. Sorry, too bad. No hat, no play. Go sit in the shade all day. Mate, what a race. This is a ripping race, this McKinnon.
Yeah.
Got Superstorm that just came out and dicked Ice Bath last week.
Hang on. You're talking about B grade form.
Here?
Oh, yep. There's only one A grade here.
Zaki.
Zaki's been good to us, eh?
There's only one. He's been good to me. I wouldn't have took him that day.
Tell us more about Incentivized and Zaki.
Personally, this is the no. There's only one A grader. That if he's at his best, they will not see which way he goes.
Well, I hope he's going anti-clockwise. Otherwise, he's going the wrong way.
Zing.
Will not see which way he goes.
Zing. All right, mate. You got Zaki on top. Not worried about the setback?
Not at all. Not at all. If he's there, he's going to be. Even if he doesn't even have to be at his best to win. His best wins by probably a Doomben Cup job.
I love it how we just keep going back to Zaki's Doomben Cup.
His best he wins by 7.
There'll be a lot.
Standard Zaki, he wins by 2 or 3.
There'll be a lot of tentative punters in this race.
I think so. I'm one of them.
Because of Incentivized as well, going down in the Cup at such short odds, then coming out and having to look at Zaki at $2.50 in the McKinnon, I think you get a better price than this.
I was going to say, does that dictate a better price closer to start, or
not for mine?
I think you start odds on. I think you get a better
start
price.
Odds on. What about Malanga in this race,
mate? I've got Malanga on top. I think that
I got Zaki Malanga. That's where I'm at.
That Cox Plate form is brilliant. I think that's people are questioning whether he runs a strong 2,000 meters. I think this horse is just untapped talent, untapped potential. And a race like this, the end of the carnival, this could be perfect for it. It doesn't have the strength of the Cox Plate where, it was 4 lengths behind State of Rest, Animo, Verry Elleegant. But I felt like Huey sat up on it and nursed it to the line in the end because, the other couple in the field were that far behind it. It didn't matter trying to get any closer when you weren't going to put yourself into the placings. Its run in the Epsom was a brilliant run where it had to carry the top weight, Private Eye goes from 52 in the Epsom up to 58 against Mo'unga here. So I don't think it'll be getting near it on the even weights. And Private Eye hasn't stepped out to 2,000 metres yet either. So that's a massive question mark. I reckon just everything presents for Mo'unga here. And at 10-1, I reckon it's a great bet. Great bet.
I totally agree.
Bigger track will suit it too, rather than the Valley for the Cox Plate. Like, I've got massive raps on Mo'unga. I think it is a brilliant horse. So yeah, and the form that it has behind some of the top echelon horses in Australia is unbelievable. Like,
I think that I wouldn't have run him in the Cox Plate. I really don't understand why they did run him in the Cox Plate. Like, he would have had that golden eagle at his mercy.
Yeah. I guess it's a prestige, isn't it?
$7.5 million race. He's a Group 1 winner, so he's set up for stud, and like, he probably couldn't win the Cox Plate. Like, in my personal opinion, he probably.
My guess is that the wraps that they have on this horse are huge. So
you know what they say: keep your horses in the worst company and yourself in the best.
Really?
That's
what they say.
That's how you should be placing them. But yeah,
that's what they say.
It's true. Could have stayed in Sydney, and
he would have been seriously hard to beat. Like, after his Epsom run, where he gave all horses weight, like he gave Private Eye 4.5 kilos, and then he would have met him at even weights in a Golden Eagle. So, geez, and he had a tough run in that Epsom. So,
wouldn't it have been good? I'm Thunderstruck and Mo'unga at the finish. That would have been a nice.
Would have been cracker. I'm Thunderstruck's a very good horse, very, very good horse. But you'd have to say, like, he's beat Count to Rupee, who's bringing benchmark 88 form. Mo'unga, he's a genuine Group 1 horse. Like, I know I'm Thunderstruck's a genuine Group 1 horse as well, but you'd like to think set weights, Mo'unga would have put a couple of lengths on Count to Rupee.
Yeah. I couldn't think that the $10 will be there on Saturday. No way.
Well, he started $5.50 at Cox Plate, so I'd tend to agree that it's a touch of value for sure.
Yeah, and like for your Superstorms and Cascadian, I don't know. I think they might find this a bit tough. I don't know.
I can't. I actually, to tell you the truth, I know that I got carried away and said that I think Zaki will start odds on, but I think he'll start a touch shorter than he currently is. Just with that little negative of the setback. If there was no setback, I think he's an odds on pop for sure.
I don't know. I look at it a bit outside the just this race in itself. I reckon if Incentivized wins a cup, then Zaki starts in this even money less, $1.80, $1.90. People will load it up. They want to be on the best horses, blah, blah, blah. But now, because Incentivized went down in the cup, I think people are probably so cautious with the fave now, looking for negatives like the setback.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of rain about in Melbourne as well.
There's only a little bit though. Like, I don't know.
I've got scattered showers on Friday and showers on race day, on rain on race day.
But it's Melbourne, so we're doing it on soft, aren't we? Anyway, so
yeah, we don't know really. But yeah, if it was a heavy track, I'd give Colette a chance.
What about Cup Day though? The sun was shining. What a day! Wish I was there.
How are the prawns?
Oh, prawns were good. Oysters were good. Must have had 100 oysters. Was that
God, you would have been horny.
How was Aaron that night?
God, you would have been horny.
Goodness.
Aaron locked herself in the car. Stay away from him.
I just wore a Speedo the whole day. My house, my rules.
I'm sure Susan would have loved that.
Yeah. She goes, look at me, boy. Look at me, big
look at me, boy, in his Speedo. Oh, is that a vape? Boy. No. Yeah. Oh, it's steaming.
Look how healthy he looks.
Yeah, healthy.
But just quietly, if we all lose today, we'll eat him first.
It's huge. Oh, there's a lot of meat on the bone.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
We
Plenty
really
of
need to
fat.
move on. What else you got for us, Woody?
I've got to ask about Superstorm. Short backup coming off the Group 1 Cantone. You guys touched on it briefly, but just not even a look in.
I don't like it 16 out of 2,000. Yeah, I don't think
He's
It's-
not in the same class for mine.
yeah, it's not in my top 3, this horse.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just like you said, Pat, and a bit hesitant around Zaki, but I really like Moanga here.
Me
How
too.
much did we get the rollover bet up to before you lost it, Woody?
It was 7,500, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah. Okay. Whose rollover bet is this week?
I don't know. We've been
I reckon it'd be mine.
just throwing it about. I don't think I've had one for a fair while either.
It's
You
a
did.
long...
You had yours on the group multi last week. Fuck, that's lazy.
Yeah, that was like...
No, I was just trying because
Lazy. Pat, you're up this week. Do you want to get into the rollover bet now?
let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, I'll do
Then
it.
we'll do
you
the
two
group
bloody lazy
multi.
bones.
Then we'll do the group multi. I'll put it on. Mate,
All
you
right.
put on the rollover.
My rollover bet this week is going to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
Quinella. Is that all right,
Ooh.
lads, if I do a Quinella? I know I haven't run this
Yeah.
by yous.
Go for it.
I want a Quinella up Moanga and Zaki.
Oh, I reckon it's a great bet.
Okay.
Me too. I think they've both got this race at their mercy. I think it's going to be down to those two.
Can you do a multiplier with the Quinella? I'm not sure.
Or I don't know.
I don't think so. But I'll look into that later. Moanga and Zaki, Quinella.
Moanga
Okay.
and Zaki.
Moanga, Zaki, Quinella, $50 on.
Hopefully we can get off the mark this week.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
We
But
need to go back-
it
we
just
need to
seems-
go back to the drawing board and go back to rules around.
It's just such a long journey back to 3,500.
I will get there,
It's
boys.
put us on tilt, Sam, that you lost all that money.
Yeah.
He's a fucked. You're throwing me off. I'm on fire on Sunday night. You guys, I do better without you.
Put us on
Really
tilt.
regret saying about how good the numbers were last week.
Numbers were huge. What was the one change we made again?
You guys bet the rollover on the group multi because you're lazy.
Oh, yeah, lazy bones.
Yeah, mate. It was last week's episode was. I have to say, I listened to it in the KFC drive-through, and it was trash.
Why were you in the drive-through for 45 minutes?
Oh, my car broke down.
Is that what
I
you're
just
calling
kept filling the fuel
Is that what
tank
you're calling
with
your body
popcorn,
now?
and I had to keep filling the fuel tank with popcorn chicken on my car.
Is the fuel tank your mouth?
Wow, your car's so sweaty.
That's not the feedback that we've received.
You only heard from your mums. Okay.
My mum doesn't listen. She just gets feedback off Sue.
Sue listens, and Sue has a lot of feedback.
She'll be filthy about
She said last
knocking
week.
back
She
the
actually,
right on Kingston rule.
Ooh, Sue did.
Gail.
God, sorry.
She won't be happy.
Let's have what's our best bets of the let's do the group multi. Pat, what are you going to do with the group multi? Because I think Moanga a place at 250 is good.
Okay, group multi. Yeah, I'm down for the group multi. I've got.
Yeah, well,
my
we do it
horse.
every week, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll take Nimmerley a place.
There we go. We're going to bloody
Himalaya Place. What
the
about
place. It's a place
Moonga?
princes.
Sorry?
What about Moonga?
I just said
Well,
I've
it's already put
got
Moonga.
Moanga the place.
Oh, you're going.
I wanted to get in
Moonga
early
Place.
so you couldn't put Zaki in the multi.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll have Rosehill Race 10, number 1, Zushak, the win.
Oh, someone had that locked and loaded.
Theo, do we release the information that I gave the Savo about maybe leaving out a very fine red?
I wouldn't. I actually do think she can win tomorrow.
Oh, he's gone against the stable. What race were you in Sydney Beach?
No, they didn't say race 10, number 1, Zushak,
The win.
win.
Okay. We're on 21, 50 to 1. Oh, give me something. Sports bet. Dogs. All
Zushak
right.
on the quick backup. I'm a fan of the
We're
quick
due
backup.
for these. We're due for one
Shack
of these.
Attack.
Oh, nice. Shack Attack. All right.
Fourth quarter Johnston.
Fourth quarter.
Call me.
Well, that's it.
They call me fourth quarter Johnson. Who calls you that? No one. But imagine if they did. It'd be
Kayla,
cool.
call me fourth quarter Johnston.
Who are they? Oh, sometimes I get Kayla to do it and my dog.
Okay.
It's not true. I've been called it on several occasions.
When?
Okay. Let's oh god, this is dribbling on like last week's episode. Should we wrap it up? Let's do a giveaway. Let's give someone something.
Okay.
Giving someone something from the reviews. Make sure you leave us a review to go into our draw every week or whenever we remember to do a draw on the reviews. I'm just gonna, if there's no newies, I'm just gonna do a random, okay?
But Blakey, have you got anything in the gift?
That's what I mean. Everyone,
What do you
if
mean?
you put a review
Anything in the
always
golden
the
gift?
chance.
The golden gift. Yeah, I do. I've done the form for that race.
Yeah, but we've got members
What
as
do you
well,
got?
guys. Shit.
Oh, I'm probably not going to back this horse. This is not the type of race that I would have a decent betting because there's not enough exposed form. But it did like the run of the favourite on debut. Got a mile back. I think it recorded the second best last 600 meters of the meeting and the best last 200 meters of the meeting. So the horse that recorded the best last 600 meters of the meeting was that horse Quantico, won at Flemington yesterday. Might have won the last race. So this horse is a 2-year-old. It's recorded the second best last 600 meters of the meeting. Charlatan, yeah.
Charlatan.
And like it wasn't even completely clear. It just was weaving its way through. 1100 meters is going to be right up. Dali might settle a couple of pairs closer from 5. I think it's got plenty of ability.
Beauty. I do have one more question about the race for you.
Yep.
The horse of Gerald Ryan's named Shervo. Is that because of its humongous?
Yes. I can
Big
answer
Willie.
that one.
It is a colt.
Big Willie.
That's what they call me when they're not calling me fourth quarter Johnston. Big Willie,
Well,
Johnny.
That's what everybody was calling Pat when he was getting around in his Speedos yesterday.
Sky blue Speedos, I heard. Too.
Shervo.
They were just calling me a big cock.
Big Shervo.
Stop being a cock.
Put it away, Shervo.
Put it away, Servo. Because you
Stop
get servo sandwiches on the way to work.
Yeah, and stop running everywhere. It's bouncing around.
Yeah, lots of things are moving. I'm just going to do a rating.
Where are we at?
Okay. Ian.Archibald. Shoot us in a message. You'll get a shirt and stubby coolers sent your way. Love it, lads. 5 stars. Recently started listening to you, lads, and I've not been disappointed once. Keep doing what you do, and let's keep this podcast at number 1. I'm still there, number 1. Nice rating.
Legend.
Yeah, on you, Archie.
Is that a new one?
No, because we didn't have any new ones, so I just did one at random.
Oh, come on, losers.
No.
Reviewers. No, we would love a review from our listeners. Please.
You don't. All right, that's it. I'm wrapping it up. You've lost the plot. You need a drink.
Come on, loser. Wrap this up.
Come on.
Don't take that personally. He says that to everyone.
Have a
Definitely don't take
great
it
good luck at good luck if you're having to play at Oaks Day on Thursday. Enjoy the weekend. What a big week of racing it's been. Thank you, gentlemen, for
What a week. Good luck
thank
at
you
the Oaks.
thank you for steering the ship or not letting it sink last week anyway. And thank you for Sunday's efforts and good luck this weekend to you and all the punters.
See you later, hostess with the mostess.
Oh, good.
Cheers, mate.
Classic.
See you, losers.
See you.